the death penalty, and snitching. We gonna get into it. Let's get it. Welcome. First of all, welcome. This is Unsolicited Perspectives. I'm your host, Bruce Anthony, here to lead the conversation in important events and topics that are shaping today's society. Join the conversation and follow us wherever you get your audio podcasts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our video podcasts, YouTube exclusive content, and our YouTube memberships. Rate, review, like, comment, share. Share with your friends, share with your family, hell, even share with your enemies. On today's episode, it's a Sibling Happy Hour. I'm here with my sis, Aundrea. We're going to be dilly-dadding a little bit. Then we're going to be talking about the death penalty. And then we're going to be talking about Gilbert Arenas and snitching. But that's enough of the intro. Let's get to the show. What up, sis?
What up, brother?
I can't call it. You in a new location? You at mom's crib.
Reporting live from Maryland.
Okay, from Maryland. Ladies and
From
gentlemen,
Maryland.
yes, we are in the same location. Yes, we still plan on doing a same location for the 250th. Have I figured out all the details yet? No. Will I make sure that I figure them out? Yes. Are we going to do it? I hope so.
That's the best, you know what? That's the best we can ever give you, honestly, is I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, that's all.
Look, try and I hope so.
Look, I came here with a hope and a dream to make $1 and some cream. No, I mean, we're flying by the seat of our pants. We don't know what we're doing here, but thank you for riding along with us. Speaking of rides, how was yours, Jay?
It was actually okay. That's because I drove overnight instead of like during the day. So I didn't hit any traffic. It was cool. Yeah, it was a nice ride. Pretty much, I got like a system. So I start with Prince, right? And then, then Michael Jackson, and then you got to take it back. And then I go Jackson 5, then the Jacksons.
Right, because there's a difference.
There's a difference. And then Stevie Wonder is next. And I like to wrap up with Miseducational Lauryn Hill because you can play that end to end. And that's a really good playlist.
Yes, that's a classic album, unlike the Clips current album.
But I never said that the Clips album was a classic. I said it was fire. That's what I said.
It is fire. It absolutely is fire. Well, I knew when you left because we share an Amazon account, and I guess your ring is attached to your Amazon account.
Yes.
So anytime, not every time, which is weird, your doorbell rings or there's an alert at your door, it pops up on my TV screen. So I'm sitting in the house enjoying my Sunday fun day as I do, drinking champagne, watching WWE documentaries, getting prepared for SummerSlam, the second night of SummerSlam. And your alert goes off. And I'm like, what the hell? I know Jay had to have already left because it's like 3:00 in the afternoon. But no, I see you loading up the car. And I was like, this is like a 10 to 12 hour drive. And she's not going to get here until like 5:00 in the morning. Why would she do this to herself?
I had a choice. Usually I leave at 3:00 in the morning so that I get there like midday. I still have the rest of the day. So I had a choice. I was like, am I going to sleep and just drive overnight? Or am I just going to go ahead and leave at 3 in the morning? And I chose to get some sleep. And then it's also better for the dogs because by the time I actually got on the road, which was about 6, they had already eaten, gone. I had walked them. They were good. And then I stopped one more time in North Carolina. And then I didn't stop after that. I didn't have to because they went to sleep. It was by the time I got to North Carolina, it was their bedtime. They were asleep. And so it was an easy ride overnight because they were back there snoring like a fake JJ and Michael.
Oh, man. Speaking of trips, one of my clients is currently in Delaware, in Wilmington, Delaware, home of former President Joey Beans, aka Joe Biden. And they said, we just missed him but he was in the grocery store. And I was like, Byron be moving around like that in Wilmington?
Yeah.
And I guess he does.
Yeah.
Then my client said, and I called her out and I said, that's absolutely not true. No, it is. It's like, it's not. This is another one of the situations where just logically it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
She says, well, he only has one Secret Service agent. I was like,
nope. Incorrect.
Nope. There's no way in hell.
He's got a former team. He has a whole team. He's a former president. He's got a whole team.
He doesn't have one
for the rest of his life.
I said, you saw one.
You saw one. But just know that before he entered that grocery store, it got cleared out by several Secret Service agents. They checked it over thoroughly before he even got in the car to leave for the grocery store.
Right.
It was already vetted and cleared so that he could walk in with one Secret Service agent that you saw.
Right.
But there were probably plainclothes ones like this. No, it's a team. And no.
And so and they kept arguing with me over and over and over again. So finally I Googled it and I said, look, a current president has 300 Secret Service members detailed to them. Former presidents have 90 to 100. Now, the current president did take away the Secret Service detail for Biden's kids because he's an asshole, but you can't take away the Secret Service detail for the president. And so I was like, you're not right. And this was one of 3 people who said something to me. And I was like, I'm gonna just need you to think about this logically. That doesn't make any sense. Another person was like, yeah, Jurassic World and Superman are streaming on Amazon Prime. I said, nope. No, it's not. No, I saw it. Nope. No, it's not. You know how I know that? Because they're both still in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I saw it. I said, okay.
You might have saw a coming soon type of, or it'll start streaming in a few months or something. You might have seen an advertisement for it, but you didn't see it.
Right. And sure enough, I was on my computer. I said, no, I'm just going to do a quick Google search. And I was like, yep, as usual, you're not right. You got half of it right. It will be coming soon.
Yeah.
But they're still in theaters. Superman hasn't even been in the theater for a full month yet.
Yeah. Sinners just left theaters.
No.
Just left.
Sinners.
No, it did. I saw it maybe about 2 weeks ago. I saw on Instagram that it's finally out of theaters.
Well, it's been on what? Apple TV or Amazon Prime or whatever.
It's on a couple streaming platforms right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, all right, but maybe it was a dollar theater. They still got those.
I doubt it. I highly, highly doubt it. Maybe in some small towns still.
Lynchburg, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I brought that up is because when we were living in Lynchburg, Virginia had a dollar movie theater. And I remember when it first opened, it played old movies in the beginning. And then this was the 90s. So it took a long time before a movie had its full run in the movie theater. And it took an even longer time before it got to video. Like it would take almost a year after leaving the movie theater before it actually came out on video.
Yeah.
And so they would play movies at the dollar theater. And when I say it was a dollar theater, the tickets were $1. And it was a good time.
It was a good time. You could go see double features and, and get you some little snacks. And it was nice. I think they should bring those back because, a lot of, especially for young people, because that's of course when we used it. I remember, being at the elementary and middle school, going to the dollar theater because you had a couple of dollars in your little piggy bank or your purse. You go to dollar theater. Kids don't have what are kids doing? I don't know. Going to Main Event.
What is Main Event?
Busters. They're basically Dave and Buster's, but it's for kids. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, probably, what they should do? I just came up with $1 million idea. They should bring back a dollar theater for old movies to run. And they should have, like, say, for instance, they wanted to bring back classic movies like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, right?
Right.
Good, wholesome family movies.
Yeah.
They can run them in 2 separate theaters at the same time. And in one theater, they have all different type of setups for people to go in there and do TikToks and Instagrams along with the movie and post on social media so it's not aggravating everybody. And then the other movie theater would be strictly for you sitting here to watch the movie.
Right.
That would be one way to keep the attention for all these young kids who ain't got no damn attention.
Yeah.
I
I don't know. Do the youths go to the movies?
I mean, yes, because
Okay.
movies are still making hundreds of millions of dollars or sometimes billions of
Right.
dollars. So
I feel like that's millennials buying that
it
we're
could
the
be.
ones still going to the movies.
It could be Gen Z, could be going. Gen Z are full-fledged adults right now. So they could
Yeah.
be going to the
Facts.
movies. I mean, they
Facts.
going
Yeah.
out on dates, they buying homes now. They're
That's
full-fledged
true.
adults. So
Yeah. I remember for the longest time, anytime it was young people stuff, all these millennials out here, especially like during COVID, right? Oh, the millennials are still going out for spring break. No, we're not. We're in our 30s and 40s and we have mortgages and children. And you're talking about Gen Z. Like that. But millennial used to just be a catch-all for youth.
mhm.
And I'm like, no, we have 401ks now. It's not us.
Gen Z could also have 401ks now. They probably do.
But
They're
I
working.
mean, no, like we close to using them.
Well, no, I'm the oldest. Well, I'm actually not a millennial or Gen X. I'm a zillennial. I saw.
Yeah.
Was it you that sent me a clip?
Yeah.
There was a guy. It was you that sent me the
He
clip
was
of a
breaking
guy.
them down like the millennial generation, more detailed. Like, yeah.
I don't think there's any generation. The way he broke it down, ladies and gentlemen. So my sister sent me a clip, an Instagram clip with this guy breaking down millennials, and basically he started with zillennials that he dated from 1977 to like 1982 or 83.
Hmm.
Like those particular people are like right in the middle because they remember when they don't remember when there was only 3 channels. There were cable. It was more than 3 channels. Fox was around there, but they remember like,
Yeah, because Gen X is the MTV generation. So there was definitely cable.
yes, he based it on, they remember when internet wasn't a thing.
Hmm.
And then, but also young enough to still the internet was a thing, but they remember a
Right.
time when there
Yeah.
was no, and like was aware, like
Hmm.
sentient. That's a wrong choice of word, but
But yeah,
maybe,
but I mean,
yeah,
conscious in a world without internet access, and then watch the birth of internet access, and then was on like a part of the first households to get internet access.
right,
Like,
yes,
so like and I kind of include myself in that because I do remember when you needed to look something up, going to the library, hitting that card catalog, Dewey Decimal System, all of the things, like being both analog and digital. But I still think I'm later. I think you and I are a different generation because I think I grew up with more tech, like especially like
you
in
grew
high
up with more tech
school. And
younger. Yes, you grew up with more
yeah,
tech younger
yeah.
because I remember us getting the computer and getting Windows 95. I was in high school.
Hmm. Yeah,
Like I'm in high school. Like I'm
yeah.
out here mixing and running and doing things. You were still
Right.
you
Middle
were
school.
just got to middle school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When
Like,
we got the internet at home, when we got AOL, I was in
yeah,
middle school. Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, but you were like 6th grade middle school. Like you had
Hmm.
just got there. And
Yeah.
I'm about to start driving real soon. So
Hmm.
that 4-year difference is
Yeah.
not vast as far as age, but is vast as far as like where we were.
The movement of
Yeah.
technology at the time, for sure. Yeah.
I'm going to homecoming and, going to dances and gyrating. You
Yeah.
ain't nowhere near that. You still playing with Barbies.
Clear example, in high school, you had a pager. In high school, I had a cell phone.
Yep.
That's
I
the
did get a
best
cell
example.
phone. Well, hold on though. Yes, you had a cell phone in high school. I had a
Mhm.
cell phone right after I graduated high school. But I
Yeah.
was the first cat to have a cell phone. When nobody else doing it like that. You know me, I always got to stunt. I had to
You
be the
did.
first one.
You had all
Yeah.
you had all the things every time. I think I was like the last one to get a cell phone because I was like, what is this? Who cares about the? I still wasn't convinced of the technology yet. Because I was like, we had car phones in the 80s and 90s, and then they kind of phased out, like nobody had them anymore. So I was still like, why do I need people to be able to reach me outside of home? Like, I still didn't
They fade
understand.
out because people started having cell phones.
Yeah, but like, I still was skeptical
I
of
don't know why
the
you were
like.
skeptical.
I was just like, why do I need people to reach me outside of home? Like, I don't understand. So,
Look,
but I still
you
got one. I got that Nokia brick.
everybody
And
had that Nokia brick.
yeah, I got that Nokia brick. That was my first one. I think I was 16 and I bought it myself with my little money from my part-time job. And it was dry. It was the Sahara Desert. I was like, I don't know why I have this.
Yo, so I was 18. Nobody else had a cell phone. We were still rocking pages. I had a pager and a cell phone. I had a drug dealing kit without drug dealing.
Right.
Because I had the chain and the diamond earrings. Like,
I do remember, yes.
y'all, I was the epitome of doing too much. I always been the epitome of doing too much. Hence the dangle earring right now.
If people saw you, they at that time they would be like, "Oh, he's moving weight," and absolutely not.
Absolutely
you had a book
not.
report. You had a book report due that evening. Like, absolutely not. You were not.
But I remember I was stunting at the county fair, at the Montgomery County Fair. Ladies and gentlemen, Montgomery County in Maryland. That fair.
Every August. It was always the week of my birthday.
Yep.
It was a very nice fair.
It was a little pathetic.
To stunt at the fair was pathetic. The fair was nice. The fair was fun.
Oh, we went, me and my boys went to the fair every year. And this is a funny thing. Every year I would meet up with the same girl and my boys would joke, there go Bruce again with that girl. Every year. We didn't talk until the fair came around. But this last year, we did talk because I had the cell phone. So I said, yeah, you could page me or you could hit me up on my cell phone because I didn't even have a pager the year before. So within a year, I come back. Not only do I have diamond earrings, not only do I got a chain, I got a pager and a cell phone. You couldn't tell me nothing at 18 years old, whipping the corners in the Avalon. You couldn't tell me nothing back in the day.
Yep.
Whew. The epitome of doing too much. It was a good time.
No, because I was the same at 18. I was just talking about the other day because of course, I drive through Virginia coming up here past King's Dominion. I said, man, I ain't been there since the spring of 2002 for Black College Weekend, where I wore an all-white velour Rocawear tracksuit and could not be told anything. Like, I only drank Sprite that day because I'm like, I'm not messing up my all-white velour tracksuit, Rocawear tracksuit with no Coke. Give me a Sprite or some water. I did not eat a thing because I didn't want to spill nothing. But you couldn't tell me nothing. I found that picture actually like a couple years ago of me posing in that tracksuit.
I need to see a copy of this picture.
Okay, I will definitely find it. I feel like it's on my old computer somewhere, but I'll definitely find it and show you. And you couldn't tell me nothing. Like, even the way I was posing, it was like, oh, she really thinks she's somebody.
Look, let me tell you something. You and I both do the most. We still do the most. When we get together to do things, we do the most. We the most family.
Yeah, we do. We are like, honestly, the nickname for our family is the most. That's how I feel. We do the most. And prime example, my birthday last year. When I tell you that birthday was planned within an inch of its life and perfectly executed, couldn't tell me no. I do the most, but I don't care. It was a good time.
Yeah, I mean,
and I had you couldn't tell me nothing walking around that King's Dominion in that tracksuit.
Well, the last time I was at King's Dominion, I took one of my girlfriends that you didn't like that much. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I don't like riding the rides. I'm scared of the rides. It's not fun for me. I don't like it when my
only one out of the three of us siblings that likes roller coasters is me. I'm the only one.
Yeah, I don't. And yeah, okay. But you don't like being on boats and ships because you get motion sickness. I don't understand how that wouldn't be
I get cabin fever. I get cabin fever.
Well,
I don't get motion sickness.
The last time I went, you know that the one ride in the King's Dominion where it takes you all the way up and then drops you. Well, it took us all the way up. I didn't want to go down there. I didn't want to go in it because I'm afraid of heights. Not in planes for some strange reason. But if my feet can dangle, I don't want to be
if
in
you
that
can see
situation.
the ground.
Yeah.
In a plane, you can't see the ground.
I mean, you can.
Most of the time, nobody's looking out that window. And when you are, it's like you're already at 30,000, like, and you just see sky and you see the land, but it's not the same.
Oh, you're right. It's not the same. But
Yeah.
so my feet are, you in like a seat and they take you 11 yards in the air. They take you
Yeah.
to Mars.
About 16 miles. Yeah. In the air.
And they
Yeah.
drop you straight down. But this time there was a malfunction and we're stuck up there.
As
now,
there typically is at King's Dominion in Virginia.
Right.
Lest I remind you of the Grizzly.
Oh my
that
God,
I got
the
stuck
Grizzly.
on that wooden roller coaster
That's when
every
you started
single
crying,
time
right?
I got stuck. Yeah, because we were stuck at the top.
Yeah,
And I was
so
like, yeah.
we're
And I was
stuck
like,
at the top,
we're gonna die.
dangling.
Yeah.
We're stuck at the top, dangling. I'm on a date. Now, once again, I'm doing the most because I took a female all the way to King's Dominion, which ain't close from where I was living. Okay.
No.
And she's not my girlfriend yet. So I am absolutely doing the most.
Why didn't you go to Six Flags?
Because, you know, I'm a little bougie and I like King's Dominion better. And Six Flags is real hood. It is real. They're shutting it down because it's so hood. Anyway, we stuck up there, people up there crying because we were up there for a good 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm holding her hand like everything's going to be okay, be cool. Deep inside, I'm clenching my butt cheeks because some poop is about to come out. Because I'm scared to death.
I would have puked up there.
Don't know what that is.
Piss. Puke. All three at once.
At once, okay.
At once. Our brother thought up that word.
He's an idiot. Oh, okay. That's enough of the clowning around and dilly down. Let's get to something serious. And we're going to get into a situation that happened in Tennessee surrounding the death penalty. And we're going to get into that next. Okay, Jay. I titled this segment in the rundown Cruel and Unusual Punishment because this clearly fits the definition. And a lot of people are not going to even know this story. And I'm going to be conflicted. At the end, I'm going to explain why I'm conflicted. But the first thing I got to do is let people know what the hell we're talking about. So Tennessee executed Byron Black, a 69-year-old death row inmate by lethal injection without deactivating his implanted defibrillator, despite a legal dispute over whether the device could cause him unnecessary pain during the execution. Black cried out in pain shortly after the injection was administered, telling the spiritual advisor present that he was hurting so badly. So what's the summary of all this? He was executed just yesterday. It was August 5th, 2025, because we're recording this on August 6th. They didn't deactivate his ICD, which is our cardioverter defibrillator.
It's
the
defibrillator. Implantable cardioverter defibrillator. Yes, ICD.
Yeah. ICD, that's what I'm going to call it from here on out, because I'm not going to say them 3 words ever again, because I didn't say them well the first time.
Okay.
There was uncertainty and a legal debate about whether the ICD could deliver painful shocks as the lethal drugs took effect. Black had multiple serious health conditions, including dementia, kidney and heart failure, and he used a wheelchair. The lower court had ordered the device deactivated out of concern for unnecessary suffering, but the Tennessee Supreme Court overturned this, arguing the lower court lacked such authority. The state contended the lethal injection would not activate the ICD, and Black would not feel any pain, while his lawyers was obviously disagreeing, saying that, no, he gonna feel some pain with this. So Tennessee has never executed anybody with lethal injection while the person had an active ICD.
Yeah.
There's more to this story, and I'm going to get into why he was on death row in the first place. But Jay, just listening to this, what are some of your first thoughts that this man did suffer and the Supreme Court and the courts were wrong And you would think that the medical industry experts would weigh in on something like this. And I'll get to what they did later, but just your initial thoughts of the story.
So, first of all, I still have very conflicting feelings about the death penalty. I don't know how we can punish someone for a crime using the crime. They murdered someone, so we'll murder them like that. I never quite understood that. And then in Black's case in particular, this is a man, like you said, the multiple serious health conditions, including dementia. So here's my question. Is this a punishment for somebody who doesn't know what's going on? So I feel like once he had had all these health issues and health conditions, like he probably should have just been moved to like one of the, like, it's a prison facility, but it's like a medical facility, or something like that. I just don't know what would be the point then of pursuing the death penalty on someone with dementia. But we've seen it with people who have mental disabilities. We've seen them be executed by the death penalty. So I don't put anything past this country. My thing is, if there is first of all, like you said, there was no precedent for this, right? So if there is a suspicion that a device, the purpose of this device is to restart his heart. I feel like common sense would tell you, if you're trying to put the man to death by stopping his heart, that a device that is intended to restart his heart through electric shocks is probably something that needs to be deactivated. I'm thinking that feels like common sense to me. So I don't know who the state consulted and that they could like wholeheartedly contend that, oh, it won't activate his device. It won't. He'll be fine. What is the harm in deactivating it? Yeah. What was the harm ever in deactivating it? It wasn't, deactivating it isn't going to unlock. It wasn't something keeping his hidden power under control. And if you deactivate it, then he'll be unleashed. Or like, wait, what are you talking about? What was the harm in deactivating it?
Right, it's a defibrillator, not a, what did they call that on the Arrow? It was something else, not a defibrillator, but something else that would stop people from being able to use their superpowers. Yeah, this wasn't it.
That's not what this is. It's
inhibitor. That's what it was.
Yes. Yeah, this isn't an inhibitor. It's a defibrillator. Like he wasn't deactivating it. Just meant that he did not have the safety net of a defibrillator should he go into some sort of cardiac arrest. So deactivating it, there was no downside to deactivating it, and to err on the side of caution just seemed like a smart thing to do. I don't understand what the resistance was to that and why they didn't do it. That doesn't make sense to me.
So I want to piggyback off of what you're saying about the death penalty. I agree with you. I've never been a big proponent of the death penalty because, say for instance, I was convicted of a crime and they gave me life in prison with no parole. I'm 45 right now. Let's say I got a good 40 years left in me. God willing. I do not want to spend 40 years in prison. Give me the death penalty. There's no reason for me to still, like, I'm going to be in jail. Jail is horrible. Jail is hell on earth. Jail ain't fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some people that feel at home in jail if you've been institutionalized. I'm never going to be one of those people that's institutionalized. I don't ever want to be locked in a jail. I was talking to somebody about this a couple of weeks ago. I remember my dorm room in college was no bigger than a jail cell, really. It was around the same size, but there was something that was different. The difference was if I'm trapped in the jail cell, I'm going to hate that confinement. It's going to feel real small because I can't leave when I want to. So it's not It is about the size for certain people. It wouldn't be the size for me. It's the fact that I can't just go do what I want to do. The worst thing you could do to me
Yeah,
is take away my freedom.
yeah, it's called punishment for a crime. You
Yeah.
don't get to go do whatever you want to do, because when they let you do whatever you want to do, you murdered someone.
What? Yes. Yes.
So
So
yeah, it's not supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be great. It's not supposed to be a good time. It's supposed to be a punishment.
right. Just like
Yeah.
Bernie Mac
So
said, this is not punishment. This is punishment. Yes.
yeah. So
I've always
it would be
thought.
serving its purpose if you didn't have a good time.
I always thought that. Yes. I always thought that being in prison is worse to me than death. Now, I'm also weird because if it comes to something being amputated, I'm like, go ahead and pull the plug. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm also weird.
You're real quick to the only instance where I'm real quick to just give up on life is any kind of apocalypse,
No, hold on.
because I don't want to live in a post-apocalyptic world. I don't care if it's zombies, some sort of disease, alien. I don't care. World War Z. I don't give a damn what it is. If there's no running water, electricity, internet, I don't want to live in a post-apocalyptic world. I'm gonna buy a couple boxes of wine. I'm gonna sit in my house and wait for the zombies to come get me.
No, I don't want to
And
be eaten
that's
alive.
I
I'm
don't
not
want
gonna
to
take
fight
that.
that hard every day to live.
I would deal with a post-apocalyptic world.
No.
But I don't like your choice of words. You said I'm real quick to give up on life. That's not it. Okay,
That
that's not it. It's just, what type of life am I living afterwards? I know that there are certain things that I really, really enjoy doing, and if they
yeah.
were taken away from me, I wouldn't like it anymore. Life wouldn't be the same for me.
Yeah,
So
but
that
there are all sorts of modifications for everything.
until they can
Everything.
build limbs, full limbs that look for real, and I can move and control them for real, then don't amputate nothing. Don't even take an eyeball. I don't want to lose nothing. But I've never believed in death penalty because I think that if you put somebody to death, that's the easy way out. A real true punishment is punishing them.
They got to do the time.
Yeah.
They got to do the time. And the thing about a life sentence, and the reason I feel like and I'm completely making this up, this is my own opinion, we use that terminology is because it's a life for a life.
Okay.
That person doesn't get to continue on. So you have to live their years and yours in confinement.
Yeah.
And you have to think about it every year that you're still alive in here, that they're not. And that's you gotta sit on it and live with it. I think that's a punishment, living with it.
Yes. I wholeheartedly agree. Growing up, what was worse? Getting grounded for a week or 2 weeks, or getting a whooping? Give me the whooping,
Yeah.
because that's a little bit of pain for a short period of time. This punishment ain't nothing worse than when I can't watch TV. I can't
Yeah.
play video. What am I supposed to do? Do your
I
homework.
can't play with my Christmas gifts.
Oh, I remember when Dad took away my Christmas gifts one year.
Yeah.
Side note.
My grades came back like gangbusters. They were back. I was back on top after that.
Wait a minute, you got your Christmas gifts taken away too?
We did the same year. You and I both got our Christmas gifts taken away. We got to open them. Yeah, but then they got put back up. They got put up in the attic.
Well, Mom and Dad watching this. Well, it's been well past 30 years. I knew where the stash was. I went and, when y'all weren't home, and loaded up my Sega Genesis and played my games and just put it back. So y'all didn't know.
I didn't.
Well,
I served my sentence.
Nah, I wasn't gonna serve that sentence. That was cruel and unusual punishment. But what did Byron Black do? Because he had a life sentence.
Yes.
What did he do? Well, he was convicted in 1988 for the murders of not just his girlfriend, but also her 2 daughters. He had been on death row for 25 years. So when I give people that context of what he did, some people are going to respond back, I don't care that he suffer. He should suffer. And I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, I think here's the thing. It's not really totally about him suffering, but more about our own morality and our own ethics. He's still a human being. What he did is horrific.
Yes.
absolutely horrific, and he deserved to lose his freedom, his life. Essentially, he deserved to lose the being able to be out in the world and do whatever he wanted to do.
Yes, I
What he
hope he
did,
die, and I hope he burns in hell.
yeah, he definitely deserved it. Whether or not you agree with the death penalty, I mean, that's up for debate. But the fact of the matter is that he was still a human being. And if we do things that cause unnecessary pain, it is an attack on our own spirit, our own morality, our own ethics. It's almost not even about him, but it's about the fact that you were willing to do it. And how does that make you different from him?
Ooh,
Because
people don't
you're
want to
on
hear
one
that.
side of the law and he's not. Those three women, I mean, the woman and her two girls suffered. And that makes him a monster. But you allowing him to suffer doesn't make you a monster?
Make it make sense.
It's something to think about. Yeah.
Yeah, make it make sense. So like I said earlier, a lower court said, no, we're just going to deactivate it and his ICD and just go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to stop this execution, but we're going to deactivate the ICD because it seems like it would cause some issues. And then the Supreme Court overruled them, saying that you don't have the authority to do that. So what did medical professionals do? Medical professionals and the hospital staff would not participate in deactivating the device, citing ethical concerns about involvement in executions. The state maintained turning off the device was not necessary and that Black would be unconscious and not feel pain due to the
pentobarbital.
Yeah, see, I was going to sound it out though. I was going to sound it out. The pentobarbital.
I mean, you said it and then you added extra onto the end.
Because I was just going to have trouble with that word, which is the lethal injection drug. Now, one of the key points of this is medical professionals saying he's going to be unconscious. He obviously was not.
No, the state said that medical professionals and hospital staff wouldn't participate because they didn't want to participate in have anything to do with an execution. And that's fair, right? Because they take the Hippocratic Oath. They took the Hippocratic Oath to do no harm. And so what you're asking me to do is deactivate this device so that you can inflict harm on a person, i.e. put them to death.
See,
as a medical professional, I can't do that.
And I
understand that.
Well, and I contend that, look, if it's to do no harm, he's going to be put to death anyway.
Yeah.
By not participating and deactivating the ICD, you are in fact doing harm. So
that's the thing about ethical dilemmas. There's not always a right answer. There's just a slightly better choice sometimes. There's not. That's kind of the point that we get in. That's why ethical dilemmas are such a problem, right? Because there's not really a clear-cut black and white answer. But again, I want to know who's advising the state, because the state is the one that said he would be unconscious. To my knowledge, I have never known that they do knock the person out.
Well, I've never been to an execution. I've only seen the executions on TV. So I don't know what the actual proceedings are. So I can't speak to if they do or don't. But I could tell you for a fact, this is what I do know. He wasn't unconscious because not only did the spiritual advisor say, yeah, he told me he was in pain. Witnesses heard during the execution Black expressing significant pain. His attorneys and advocates condemned the procedure as cruel and possibly unprecedented.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it was definitely unprecedented in Tennessee.
Yes. Yeah.
So this all got me thinking about something. Mm-hmm. And it got me thinking about an amendment. And I know people are willing to throw out amendments now. right? Like the
Yeah.
Constitution doesn't matter. They're willing to throw out amendments. But the Eighth
Yeah.
Amendment of the U.S. Constitution prohibits the government from inflicting penalties that are excessively harsh or inhumane on criminal defendants. Now, the death penalty, whether or not you agree with it, if it's excessively harsh, no, okay. But inhumane, it's inhumane to put somebody to death where it's going to be painful. We don't do, what is that quartering where they got the horses on both ends. We don't do stuff
we don't
like that.
do that. We don't use the gallows. We don't use
We don't even hang
guillotines.
anymore. We don't hang anymore.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We don't do the firing squad. We don't do any of that. We don't even, I don't think they use the gas chamber anymore either. It's lethal injection. It's a drug that is meant to stop your heart pretty quickly to cause your death in a quick and supposedly painless way. That is what we do now, right? Because it's no longer the barbaric ways in which we used to put people to death.
So the exact text is this, since y'all are going to be like, well, I mean, y'all going to play with words. Words are important. Excessive bail should not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. A punishment is considered cruel and unusual if it is grossly disproportionate to the crime, involves torture,
Mm-hmm.
If you have an ICD that is supposed to send electric shocks to your heart when your heart stops working, and you are at the same time taking a drug that is supposed to stop your heart from working, that means that as you are taking a drug that is supposed to be killing you, you got an instrument in your body that's sending electric shocks to try and make sure that you don't die.
Right.
That seems like torture to me.
Yeah.
I don't even think we still do the electric chair anymore.
I don't think we do that either. No. And this is what his attorneys were arguing, right? Like, this is a device that is supposed to keep his heart from failing or to restart his heart should it fail or something like that, right? So it could possibly not only just cause him pain, but prolong his death. Because it's supposed to be quick and painless. It could possibly prolong that in addition to causing him pain. So that would qualify to me as cruel. And then for the unusual part, well, there's no precedent for this. It is unusual. So yeah, that feels like it meets the standard to me of cruel and unusual punishments.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are not defending Mr. Black.
No.
Punishment is deserved, because how you gonna kill your girlfriend and her two little girls? Like
up under the jail is where he yes, he absolutely belonged where he was. Yes.
But my question is to piggyback off of what my sister brought up, because I thought it was brilliant, is that are you better? Are you a better person morally if you are not upset, appalled that he died in this manner? If you look at it and you say an eye for an eye, are you any better than him?
Yeah, because what's that last line of you didn't finish reading after torture, but there's a or, and it's the last standard.
Oh, okay. Or is rejected by evolving standards of decency in society.
Right. So cruel and unusual punishment, it can't be disproportionate to the crime. It can't involve torture or barbarity. And it also can't be something that society, decent society, would reject.
But are we decent is the question.
That's the question. That's why this is an ethical dilemma, right? And that's why I said earlier that a large part of it is about our own morals, our own sense of decency, and our own ethics. And there was no harm whatsoever in deactivating the device. If you couldn't find medical professionals or hospital staff who would participate, keep looking. keep looking. There is someone out there who administered the drug. That had to be a medical professional who administered the phenobarbital in the first place.
I'm glad you know how to say words well, because I can't say phenobarbital at all.
Could that medical professional not have deactivated the device? You got to keep looking until you find somebody who was willing to do it.
They didn't think he was worth it. That's basically what it comes down to.
Exactly.
So, nah.
And so it also is, does your definition of humanity, encompass all humans?
Yeah.
Or does he become, I know I think I referred to him as what did I call him? I didn't call him an animal, but I might have called him something just now.
Yeah, you don't typically call people animal. You ain't call him an animal.
I called him something, but
cretin.
But I also said that he was still a human being.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Regardless, he was still a human being, and how we treat him says more about us than it does about him. That's my only point.
Message. Jay, I'm just going to roughly touch what Gilbert Arenas is going in, because I think it leads to a larger question, a larger discussion of what I really want to do. So, former NBA star Gilbert Arenas was arrested in late July 2025, along with 5 co-defendants for allegedly operating an illegal high-stakes poker ring out of a mansion he rented in Encino, California. He was charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, 1 count of operating an illegal gambling women. 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business, which I feel like they're the same thing. And
one is he could have been doing it by himself. The other one, he's working in concert with people to do it.
Okay. Yeah. But even if he's operating it, okay, I guess so. I mean, he still has to have people working with them. So wouldn't that still be a conspiracy?
Employing people and conspiring with people are 2 different things.
You're right. Words matter. And 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators. Now, that's a big one.
Yes.
All the other ones is tough, but that's a big one. So the authorities alleged the operation ran from September 2021 to July 2022 and was linked to suspected Israeli organized crime figure who, along with Arenas and others, allegedly collected a rake for each poker pot and hired staff, including young women for service and companionship, chefs, valets, and armed security for these exclusive games. Prosecutors presented as evidence a poker table featuring Arenas' name and image. Arenas entered a plea of not guilty and was released on $50,000 bond. Now, when he was released, he's got a podcast. He's got several shows.
Yeah.
If anybody has ever seen Gilbert Arenas, he's a clown in every sense of the word. Yeah, I mean, he's a clown. He plays around too much. For those people that don't know the backstory, he was playing for the Washington Wizards. He and another teammate got into a disagreement that was over gambling, if I remember correctly. And they brought guns to the locker room. He was suspended from the NBA and all types of stuff. He's consistently been an idiot.
Yes.
This isn't what I want to talk about, him being an idiot. What I want to talk about is him saying that he was going to be cleared of all the charges, that all he did was, it was his house that he was renting and he was allowing somebody else to rent it from him. And that when the truth comes out, he'll be exonerated, which can all possibly be true. Right?
And use his likeness on the tables?
Well, it was probably his house, but maybe, look, that's crazy. I don't know how he's going to get out of this. But he then says, and it don't matter, because if they had anything on me, I'm snitching. I'm telling on everybody. I'm not going to jail. I'm going to say everything that I got to say. And, some people on social media was dragging him. Some people on social media were saying, yeah, I guess that makes sense. And snitching has become a thing. Sammy the Bull has a podcast. He's a legendary mobster snitch. Michael Francis, as much as he tries to say he's not snitching, he is snitching. He's telling stories from back in the day. That's snitching. Okay. You have so many people who were cooperators in the mafia or drug dealing or just anything illegal, got podcasts, everybody is telling.
Yeah.
What is telling and snitching ain't the same as what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Also, people don't understand what snitching is, because I remember one time Cameron and Damon Dash was on the Bill O'Reilly show 25 years ago, which, by the way, they should have never been on the show.
Yeah, those words together didn't make no damn sense to me.
Yeah. And Bill O'Reilly talked about snitching.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan of Bill O'Reilly, but this is good journalism because he boxed two idiots into a corner.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, so you guys would never snitch? And they were like, nope. And Bill O'Reilly said, well, what about if there's a child molester in the building? Would y'all snitch then? Nope. It was like, that's not the code of the streets. That's not snitching.
Yeah.
When it's harmful to your community with something like a child molester, you absolutely call the popo and you tell. Snitching is when you got caught up in some mess.
Yeah.
And you tell to get out of trouble. That's snitching. If you witness the crime,
or you actively go to authorities to get somebody hemmed up for your own petty reasons, that's snitching.
That too.
Yes.
But you being a witness to a crime
is not snitching.
It's not snitching.
Yeah.
And, well, it is if you know people, if you know them, like if they're your people and you tell on them, man, that's not too cool. But like if they're complete strangers, if you see somebody in broad daylight get shot, you might not want to be a witness. But taking the witness stand, if you're compelled, is not snitching. And people have this idea of you don't talk at all. No, you don't talk at all. If you're an active criminal, there is no reason for you to be talking to the police. I get that.
Yeah.
But if you ain't an active criminal.
Yeah. Snitching, according to the Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
Snitching is when you tell on someone to get yourself out of trouble.
Right.
That is what you do. That is snitching. If you telling on somebody else to get yourself out of trouble. But here's the thing about snitching. The idea of snitching is not a new one, but law enforcement and police tactics and crime investigation is new. It's much back then. The only way they could solve a crime 9 times out of 10 was with a confession or with somebody telling, right? Because we didn't have forensics. There wasn't no CSI. It wasn't all that stuff. Now they don't need you to say a damn thing because I got your DNA, your fingerprints. I tracked your cell phone and I know that you were in the vicinity because you was pinging off the towers and I pulled your Facebook DMs and saw you talking about it. Oh, you don't have a gun? Well, why is there a picture of you on Instagram? They got you. Like, they don't need you to tell. They don't, honestly, the telling is the icing on the cake, but they don't need you to tell now. So y'all sitting in there, I watch a lot of First 48 recently.
I was about to call you Miss First 48. I was about to say something.
Y'all sitting in there looking dumb because they got you this video everywhere now. Everywhere. Stop doing crimes at the Quick Trip because Quick Trip got 4K video of all y'all. Stop it. Like, it's not snitching no more. Now it's just you might as well own up to it. You was involved. Tell me everybody who was there.
Well, see, here's the thing. I've always maintained that if I ever did something illegal with a group of people and I was the one that got caught, I got to eat that. Like, I'm not telling because I was the one that got caught. I'm not telling. But if I'm about to go down for something that I didn't do and I know who did it, I'm talking.
Yeah, here's the thing about me. I'm not catching no accessory after the fact charge. Nope. I'm not catching that charge. Because that I could end up 10 years. Doing a dime for accessory after the fact because I didn't want to say nothing.
Yeah.
Nah. And yes, that's me telling to save myself. You absolutely right. Because I ain't had nothing to do with this. And I'm not going down. Jonna?
Why you move the mic closer?
Because I need everybody to hear this. Ain't going down for nobody. Oh, if I didn't give birth to you, I ain't going down.
Well, hold on. There is two people that I would go down for.
Mm-hmm.
It's mom and one of our aunts. And it's
Nope.
it's the aunt that we all love. That's just the sweetest aunt that only
It would never put you in that position.
But I'm saying if I had to, like, if it was a situation where I was, it's two people. I love you to death. You my homie. I'm not going to jail for you.
Now, if I felt like I could get you out of the country or something like that.
Yeah.
If I felt like I could help you run, you know, where they could come to me. Are you harboring him? Nah, he ain't here. I don't know where he's at. Like that I will do, right?
Right.
But other than that, but I am smart enough not to have anything connecting the two of us where they can be like, oh, you knew about it, accessory, right? My thing is, we not talking on the phone. We're not sending no text messages. There's no paper trail that you and I had anything to do with the fact that they can't find you now.
Right. No, I disappear.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
But no, I'm not doing no time for somebody else. No.
We just talked about it last segment. I am not going to make it in jail. We've talked about it a lot in this podcast. The reasons why I wouldn't make it in jail. Prime example, bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Like, what if I'm in the yard and I got to use the bathroom and I can't run back to my cell? If you in the yard, the bathroom is out in the open in front of everybody. I can't do that.
I don't know that that's true. I don't know that you just go to the bathroom in the yard. I don't think that that's true.
There's a toilet and stuff. Like, there's a bathroom. Where else you think if they in the yard?
You don't ask the guard to take you to the bathroom?
I don't know these things. I ain't never.
I don't know. I don't know because I don't have nothing to do with it.
I don't have nothing to do with it either. This is what I will say for Gilbert Arenas. Whether he's a part of this or not a part of this, he right. Go ahead and snitch. Man, you are a multimillionaire. First of all, if you did do it, God, you're an idiot. Like, you don't need the money. And you live in LA. Vegas ain't that far. Like, just...
I don't understand.
Go to Vegas.
Vegas was right there. I don't understand. Also, you don't need to do this.
I mean, the allure, like Jay-Z said it best, the allure of breaking the law is so much too much for me to ever ignore. I got a thing for the big body Benzes. It dulls my senses. Like, the allure of...
Yeah, I'm in love with a V-dub engine, but I'm also high on life. F it, I'm wasted.
Ladies and gentlemen, go listen to Allure. It's literally my favorite Jay-Z song. It is amazing.
No, I just don't understand. Listen, guys, when y'all get on and y'all get rich and all this, just sit down somewhere. You don't have to do illegal things. You don't have to do that no more. And if there are people in your camp that's like, hey man, we do this, they don't belong in your camp no more. We rich now. We don't have to do, we don't have to do no dog fights, no gambling rings, no none of that. We don't have to do none of this any longer. We're rich.
You know what 50 Cent did one time with BMF, right? Like 50 Cent was popping when BMF was still a drug dealing organization. Mm-hmm. And so he was like, yeah, I met them and stuff like that, but like I was popping. And because of my old life, that would have been too enticing for me to go ahead and get a couple bricks and move them. So I stayed away from them because I'm like, I'm doing good now. I don't need to do that. But it would have been, there is something about being bad that draws people. Like, I do bad stuff. Hold on. Let me rephrase that. I don't do bad stuff all the time.
Yeah. But I mean, like a little innocuous things. You cheat on your diet. You know, that's you should do little, if you want to do little bad stuff, you'd be like, I'm not supposed to have this.
Yeah, because my anxiety,
have it. You know, like
my anxiety is too much. Yeah, not crimes. So I can't. No, because once again, I'm not going to jail. And if I do a little petty crime and they're like, we're going to give you 30 days, I'm not even going to do that. No, I need a proper bathroom.
I could do 30 days. It's fine. I don't want to. I absolutely don't want to. Because I get cabin
for the shower.
I get cabin fever on a luxury cruise ship. What do you think it's gonna be like for me in jail or prison?
Nah, yeah.
It's the idea that I can't get off the boat. That's what messes with my head. Like when we're at sea and everybody's like, but the boat's so big, there's so much to do. But I can't get out. if
You
I
can never
want to
move
get
to
out.
Hawaii. You can never live on an island then.
No, because I can get out. I can get on a plane. I can get on a boat. I can get out
Okay.
when I want to.
Sort of, kind
If
of.
you on a ship in the middle of, that's why I always, when I would plan the cruises, we were at port every day because I have to get off the boat. I
No,
have to be able to get off the boat. What do
them
you mean I
days of
can't
sea
get
is
off the
the
boat?
days of sea is my favorite days because
Mm-mm.
I ain't got to get off the ship. I don't
No.
have to do no excursions because I don't like getting up in the morning and doing excursions anyway. And you know what else I really don't like doing?
What?
Thinking about having to go to prison. And that's the reason
Yeah.
why I would snitch.
Yeah.
I tell all the people that are in my orbit, I'm like, hey man, if you do something wrong, don't think I'm gonna hold water for you, because as soon as they put me in the box, I'm gonna get me a 2-piece and tell all.
Yeah. You're going to need 2 tapes.
Yeah.
Go on and hit record. Well, here's the thing. It's like you said earlier. If I'm in conspiracy with somebody, like if I'm guilty and I'm going down anyway, I probably will not give up my co-conspirators because I'm already going down. Like
Yeah.
I did it. I got caught and I'm going down for it. I'm not going to give up my co-conspirators for what? For a few years less maybe, but it's still going to be a long time. I'm still probably going to get life.
What if you
or
was
something.
facing 25 years and they said they was gonna cut it down to 5? Yeah. That changed everything, don't it? Also, there's a couple people that snitched to get revenge. Sammy the Bull snitched on John Gotti because John Gotti was talking ill about him on them tapes. It was John Gotti was the reason why they got arrested. And also John Gotti was thinking about killing him. So Sammy was like, no, I'm going to tell. Nikki Barnes initially told because the people out there stopped sending him the money, right? Wasn't taking care of his family. Matter of fact, was having sex with his wife and was talking bad about him. So he was like, oh, no. I'm in here holding water. Y'all supposed to be holding me down and you not. I'm telling. Now, those situations I understand, but that don't mean that when you make an agreement with the government that you got to start telling about everything and just get back at the people. Yeah, just get back at the people that you need to get back at and then leave it alone.
Yeah.
I don't mind getting even.
Yeah. I don't know if it, I don't know. I got to take it case by case. Hopefully this is never a situation that I'm ever involved in. That's my only, I hope I'm never, ever involved in a situation like this. I don't know nobody that would ever put me in this position, thank God. So like, hopefully this is never a bridge I have to cross, but will I tell? It depends.
Well, will I tell? Only 2 people will stop me from not. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'm going to talk. Jay, what do you want to leave the people with?
I don't know. I feel good about the kind of points I brought up today.
You made a lot of good points.
I feel a lot of good points about that. Just think about your response to certain things, especially when other people, and this is not just related to Mr. Byron Black, but just to anybody in general in any situation, when you see something cruel and your initial response isn't discussed, regardless of who the person is, but because of who the person is, your response is not discussed. Like that, you need to start interrogating. Like if you see police brutality, but it's against Black folks, so you don't care, that you need to start interrogating. If you see people not caring about making buildings accessible for the disabled, if you see women being overlooked in the workplace for promotions, if you see these things and you're like, it's the way it is, you have to start questioning your own morality and your own sense of ethics.
Yeah, because there's a lot of Christians out here that I call them fake Christians because they don't question their own morality and ethics. They want to question everybody else's. But on that note,
people in glass houses.
Yeah. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for watching. And until next time, as always, I'll holla. Whew, that was a hell of a show. Thank you for rocking with us here on Unsolicited Perspectives with Bruce Anthony. Now, before you go, don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, comment, and share our podcast wherever you're listening or watching it to it. Pass it along to your friends. If you enjoy it, that means the people that you rock with will enjoy it also. So share the wealth, share the knowledge, share the noise. And for all those people that say, well, I don't have a YouTube. If you have a Gmail account, you have a YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can actually watch our video podcast and YouTube exclusive content. But the real party is on our Patreon page, After Hours Uncensored and Talking Straight-ish. After Hours Uncensored is another show with my sister. And once again, the key word there is uncensored. Those are exclusively on our Patreon page. Jump onto our website at unsolicitedperspectives.com for all things us. That's where you can get all of our audio, video, our blogs, and even buy our merch. And if you really feel generous and want to help us out, you can donate on our donations page. Donations go strictly to improving our software and hardware so we can keep giving you guys good content that you can clearly listen to and that you can clearly see. So any donation would be appreciative. Most importantly, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for listening and watching and supporting us. And I'll catch you next time. Audi 5000. Peace.